This is a ticket to the party.
Evening, boys. First service. You gotta love Mohammed.
Oh! That is a moment of absolute magic from Federer.
It's very magic, though.
Djokovic, what are you doing? It's phenomenal.
He's got quite a large gluteus maximus.
I've never seen anything like it.
Hello and welcome back to the Loosely Strung Tennis Podcast. I'm here today with the usual team, the full team. Gary, you're back. How does it feel to be here?
Yeah, good to be here, mate. Sad I missed last week, but...
Wow, you actually sound sad as well.
I know, a long day at work.
Pricey, great to see you as usual. How are you?
As it goes in the name, I'm cool, man. I'm cold and cool, but I'm ready to do some podcasting.
Fantastic. The reason the podcast out so late this week, Ross Skinner.
Boo.
How are you feeling just now?
I mean, I celebrated too hard the last 3 days because I got my prediction right. You know, I was travelling over the world, jet setting, all that jazz. You know, maybe a wee bit too much tequila in there, but we're back and ready to roll, baby.
Superb. And the magic man, Ross P. How are you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I almost got my haircut today.
Almost.
What do you mean
yeah.
almost?
That mean you almost left the house, or she got there?
No, she almost came here, but then she cancelled it, so
Do you-
I've still got this hair for a
Do you
long
get a
time.
haircut in your house?
Yeah, after the last few
Is that
weeks,
not a
yeah.
pet thing?
Is it
a mobile dog groomer?
He needs a dog groomer. Look at the state of that.
Shears.
It literally takes an hour to cut my hair.
Why don't you just go to the barber? Just get it done.
Because I like my hairdresser, and I'm just going to
Oh.
wait on her.
What's her name again?
Can I put a thing to the crew?
What?
Next season, we need to have a prediction. And if Ross P finishes bottom,
Yes.
he's got to shave his hair off.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it grows very, very quickly. Honestly, it's like 2 seconds and I've got a full head of hair again. I came out with a full head of hair and I've got 3 crowns, so fucking go for it.
You know, like when you go in Grand Theft Auto, you can get it cut longer. Ross B does.
Right, let's get straight into the tennis today, because previous week on Sunday we watched Novak Djokovic win the tour finals for the 6th time. He defeated Casper Ruud, who played like I don't even know how to describe how he played.
What did Medvedev say again in
He
Australia?
played like a puppy. That's what I'm going to call him, a puppy. That was the most timid, pathetic display I've seen from a player in a lot. No, pathetic. But we're going to start with Djokovic. Skinny, how good is he?
This is the performance where I am personally not a Djokovic fan as of everything around him, right?
Okay.
But his tennis is the best on the planet, and it's not even close sometimes. When he's on it, he is so good. It is the full... I cannot think of a chink in the armour. There's nothing.
No,
We can't criticise anything about him
He's
or his
absolutely
tennis style.
superb.
Yeah.
I can. I think he's a knob.
That's fine. No, I just mean take away everything else, and I will get around the performance,
Yeah, the
enhancers
performance.
potentially, or anything, the shakes, all that stuff. But man, the guy at tennis is so good.
It just doesn't have any weaknesses. You literally think, oh, right, we'll play the forehand, attack him. He'll just sit there and just knock it right back to you and pick you off. He just changes it up. No mistakes.
It's like he's not aging. It's like Peter Pan, isn't it? Like, how's this guy getting younger all the time? Everyone else seems to get older. You can see it in Rafa that he is getting older. Still incredible, but he is getting older. You can see it in all these top players that are maybe 31, 32, 33, your man Cilic, blah, blah, blah. He looks younger every year.
It's that magic potion.
It is. Could it be that magic potion?
But there's something that I think is more important than he's got all the shots, his fitness is insane, he's got a wonderful serve and all that. But as Ross P says, it's between the ears, Ross P.
No, 100%.
He win half the time he wins before he steps on court.
Yeah.
And then Callum, I'll let you talk about his tie-break record, because that's where...
Oh, it's unbelievable. You would back him. You would put your life on the line for him to win a tie-break against anyone in the world, any big server. If it means something, he's winning it. And he doesn't have the biggest serve. By no means does he have the biggest serve. But he hits corners and angles like no one else hits corners and angles. So good. He's returning well, I mean, what can you say about it? It's so good.
His return's the best ever. It's
Yeah.
like that's.
Oh.
I think that's just a fact now. He's ridiculous. absolute elastic man from the back when he's getting served upon. So yeah, easily the best returner of all time.
I mean, it'd be easy for us to sit here today and give him all the praise in the world, but come on, the hangover shakes. We have got to speak about it.
Come on, Pricey, let's hear it.
I've had some time to stew on this, and I thought I'd maybe have calmed down, but I've done nothing other than get angrier and more bitter about it. It's just, I think it ruins the tennis. It takes away from the tournament. It's meant to be the biggest, like the end of the year, the big sort of finale of the year. We built all up to this, and it's all about Djokovic shaking. It's nothing to do with Ruud kind of sort of rolled over, and he just got done, to be honest with you. But it was just, see, watching that moment with Djokovic and his stupid family all on the court having a lovely moment together. I mean, by no means that I hate kids or anything, but I was absolutely gutted they got to see him win like that.
See, to take it from a different angle though, see if he actually was unwell and he was shaking, why is he still going on court and playing tennis?
Because
But I understand that, like, I think if you play, maybe it's tight and you feel. I think everyone here's had an injury before and played. You feel worse when it's like tight or you're losing. See, when she wins, see when he wins that first set, he probably relaxes, his body relaxes, and it takes it away a little bit. I still think for me it's incredibly over the top. Like, I mean, I've had hangovers that look like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, and there's no way I could step on court.
do you think if you put like a prime Andy Murray or a prime Rafa or a prime Roger over there, would he still do it? Because those kind of mind games aren't going to work on players like Rafa, Roger and Andy. They're gonna smell blood and attack him.
I genuinely think he would, and it would probably wind the other ones up.
Do you think?
I think it would get. I think it would
I
get in
agree.
their head.
I'm with Gary.
He's getting in their head, and he has done throughout his whole career. He's done it.
He
to the big
is
guys.
very, very headstrong, but I think he's getting too much respect from this next generation.
Yeah,
and it's
you're
the same with Rafa. He got a lot of respect off Medvedev as well, coming from 2 sets to love down in Australia.
Yeah.
Like, I think we need someone to come on the tour and go and actually say, "Oh, I really am the best here. I don't care who you are. Okay, and how many slams you've got."
Where the
and
two
who-
people you're talking about, were they the two that went there? Yeah, Alcaraz, Holger Rune.
Yeah.
They are the two, aren't
Exactly.
they? They are the chasing pack.
Yeah.
Forget your. I'm sorry, but forget your Tsitsipas, Rublev. I know Medvedev has a slam. Zverev. Forget them.
What?
I honestly forget them. They have no chance.
Nah.
I mean, you saw like Tsitsipas play. He cannot beat top players in a row. He will get found out.
Yeah.
For me, he can't win a slam. He got his chance in Roland Garros final. He lost to Djokovic being 2 sets up. He won't be back there. There's too many people that are better than him now coming through.
Well, if you listen to him, you wouldn't believe that after his comments this week that he made about Rublev.
Well, God, I know he thinks he's miles ahead, eh?
Most
I mean, to be
talented
fair,
player ever.
I reckon he is miles ahead of Rublev. I don't think.
Well, he lost to Rublev this week, didn't he?
I know, but
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
no!
I
Everyone
know.
can have an off day and all that, but I generally, and I'll say it for next year, and it'll be my big prediction for next year. Tsitsipas is 100% not going to win a tournament next year.
Wow.
He'll win a
tournament?
250.
I think this is his time to nosedive.
The guy's going to have the exact same career as Dimitrov. Exact same career.
Yeah, plays like him.
Peak
I like Dimitrov,
young
though.
and just top 30.
I bet you though, see behind the scenes, I bet he's actually probably a sound guy.
No.
Have you seen his Twitter?
He comes
Oh,
across
man,
as
he comes across like a...
a right walloper.
Yeah.
I was like, his tweets are like he's trying to be this fucking philosophical guy, and I'm like, you're just a
Yeah,
prick.
just
Oh, is it-
cut
is
your
it-
hair, have a shower, and
His,
get on
his
with
He's going
tweets are really weird. He tweets about stuff that's like
it. No, I wasn't talking to Ross B. I was talking to Tsitsipas. 2 one-handers.
True.
And
Going
two bad
back to going back to what I spoke about earlier, Casper Ruud, the performance. That's him played Roland Garros final, US Open final, a Masters 1000 final, and the Tour finals final. He has, in my opinion, let the occasion get the better of him every single time he's played, and he has acted like he is just lucky to be there. Do you know what I mean? I think he thinks like, wow, I'm in another final. But when he's playing a 250 to 500, he's nailing someone out the park. Like, absolutely nailing them. As soon as he comes up against Nadal and Djokovic, I honestly think he becomes a fan and it's like an honour for him to be on court. And what a shit mentality that is to have.
Yeah.
Right, do you want to look at the negative or the positive? And that is by far a negative, right? And I personally think he's at his ceiling. I know he's young, but he's not getting any better. But from his point of view, he's got to look back in this year and be like, right, that was step one in the journey. If I want to become a Grand Slam champion multiple times over, you need to learn how to lose before you win. Michael Jordan said it. He's missed so many game shots and all that jazz.
Yeah, he won loads of Grand Slams.
But I do think if on his camp they'll think that this is the building block to the next step where he'll eventually win one. But in Ross Skinner's camp, he ain't ever going to win one because he's just not got a game to eventually push on through.
Could he improve though the way that Djokovic improved when he hit his mid-20s?
He lacks something, doesn't he? I don't think Djokovic ever went on to, like, see when Djokovic was young, he never went into a match thinking, well, I just wish I'm here. He went in there and he put out, as we said before, dirty, horrible, fake tactics. He was rude, but it doesn't matter. Like, I know he should love him to his name.
He was rude.
But
Why you gotta be
Casper
so
Ruud can't do this. He can't do it. And do you know how
you're a
many
smooth little
matches?
boy.
How many
This little
matches
dude.
have you seen before?
Come on, it rhymes.
How many matches have you seen before or watched on TV where you're like, this is boring? See when you play a match and you know, like, say like Djokovic plays, I don't know, someone 85th in the world and the guy knows he can't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just going, oh my god, like, why is this match picked for TV? It's boring. It's boring.
tough.
That's for me.
Ruud needs. I know he's at the Rafa Academy. Obviously, I'm sure his coach probably comes from there as well. I actually don't know who Ruud's coach is.
It's his dad.
Is it? Okay, so it's Mr. Ruud. I think he needs to get rid of him. Same way Tsitsipas needs to get rid of his dad. And he's pushed up against a wall, slap, turn him into a bit of a villain. And he's got the game.
He needs to be a villain.
I'm sorry.
He needs to be a villain.
But not like a forced villain. He needs to be
No.
told, no, you are the best here. You're going to go on and you're going to win slams.
Why is he not like winning points? Like Djokovic hit a shot, right, and it went out, just out, all right, and Ruud didn't hear the call, and he was sitting. He literally turned around and he was clapping him. He clapped him 3 times in the first set. Yeah. I swear, if I play one of you in the final, there's no way you're getting on 3 claps from me.
I'm not even talking to you in net.
Exactly.
Yeah, it annoys you, doesn't it, when someone's nice to you?
Oh, I hate it. You don't want it. You don't want to be it. But no, I just don't know if he's got it in him to break free. Ross P, what's your prediction on Casper Ruud next year?
I think he'll win a slam next year.
What one?
What?
Where'd you see him winning a slam?
I think he'll win Roland Garros.
Wow. Look at this. Price's face has just dropped here. It's dropped.
So you're thinking, so you're not winning Australia, we're agreeing that'll be Djokovic?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Roland Garros, I think it'll be Rafa.
Okay.
And I think if it's not Rafa, it'll be Djokovic.
Yeah, but the thing is,
And
this
if it's
guy...
not Djokovic,
If
it'll be
it's,
Alcaraz.
if it's not Djokovic, it's not Alcaraz. And then if it's not Runner, somehow Team will have come out and absolutely nailed everybody.
To be fair, team played well a couple of weeks ago.
Ah.
I think the team's
That was
time's
it.
done.
Team's over.
Team's up.
He's doing so much good stuff recently, and just because he's not won these last couple of tournaments, he's got a Grand Slam final, Masters final, 2 Grand Slam finals.
Put your medals on the table.
Hey,
He's not got any.
he's 21. I think if he improves his net game...
Wait a minute. He's not 21.
He's 21.
No way.
He's 21. You know
Casper
what?
Ruud.
Somebody check
Casper
this.
Ruud is 21.
Keep going,
improves
Ross, we'll
his net game-
fact check you.
If he improves his net game, I think he wins a slam. That's
He's
the only thing
it's
I
not
think
even
that's
it's not his
switching
net
his armour.
game. He's too nice a guy. He's
I'm
just
sorry, Ross
steady
P.
and
I'm going to use your
nothing-
phrase once again. It's between the
23.
ears.
23?
23.
Ah, it's close enough.
Oh,
he's faster.
he's hibernated for 2 years.
He's nearly 21.
Right, I'm going to move it on just now. And going to have a little chat around Holger Rune just now. All right.
Why?
Because he played the part of the reserve this week.
I can't relate to that.
The reserve for the finals. He played 0 matches, spent the full week there, and I was just wanting to know, what would you do if you were the reserve?
If I was Runa, if I was me, if I was Runa, I would sit in my room and not talk to anyone.
And if you were
Okay.
so Pricey makes
just go back
Pricey's
now?
9th in the race, he gets in, and you're like, no one really looks injured. What are you doing? What's the plans?
Well, of course, this is all hypothetical because if I was a professional, I'd be number one. But you're going out every night, and you, especially in Turin, you go out, watch the UV games, go and see the old lady, couple of beers, see some young lady too, so a wee bit of that. No, 100%. If you know you're not playing, you're out there.
I'm going to go with a different tactic. I'd be hiring henchmen. I'd be making sure they get. I'd be at any practice court. I'd be standing right beside it. Me and my henchmen just staring them down and being like, "All right, all right."
Would that
all
be
right.
a little bit like you used to a couple of weeks ago with the ball on court?
Oh yeah, I was trying to get you injured, left the ball behind you on court.
And you were scared, so it was
Oh,
fine.
I did
So
myself.
I would just stare them down and I'd be like, Felix, Mia, oh, that ball might break your ankle, and then whatever happens.
Manifest it.
Manifest
Oh
it.
yeah.
Ross B, what would you do if you were the reserve? Probably what you do now.
Yeah, I'd just sleep a bit more. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Some Taco Bells.
No, I'd probably eat a bit more pasta over there. I'd try a bit more of the cuisine.
No, the local
A
cuisine.
little bit of the nightlife. Yeah.
Honk.
I'd just chill, man.
I think I'd fall into the Ross Skinner side here, and I would go and try and run my opponents to the ground. I would be looking at Rafa going, mate, you're struggling. And I'd be going, me and you'll hit together, I'd love to see you win. And I'd just be going corner to corner to corner, drop shot lob. Every single step he took, I'd be going, pull a muscle.
I'd be a fan, but I'd be sitting there tweeting, I'm better than all these guys. I'd be doing this, I'd be doing that.
You'd be
Getting
a
their
dick.
heads for next season. Yeah, you'd be a dick.
But also,
Getting their heads for next season.
but imagine like you're sitting there, or someone gets injured on court, you're in. Gary, you're in the practice court, you're in. Me and my henchmen are staring them down, we're in. Imagine you go and win it. That's the story. But the biggest story would be, imagine a night on the lash, coming in, then winning it. Pricey would be the hero amongst mortal men.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, have you ever had an experience before where you maybe thought your match, any sport really, you thought your match was off? You've went out, you thought, oh my God, I'm in Scotland, it is pouring, there's no way it's going to be on, it's pouring down. I'll go out, have a few beers, you come home, wake up in the morning, banging headache, game's on.
Yeah, I've had one of those.
Shock.
I like a tipple occasionally. I work in hospitality, long hours. So one night, a couple of pints after work. That's tasting quite nice. Back up the road, a few more drinks, and then before you know it, the way time flies. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and then you're back in work for the whole day. You're working 10 till 5, and then 5:30 comes along and you find yourself on court 4 at your local court and you're struggling to win a point.
Mine is not as bad as Pricey, but when I lived in England, I moved back up the road, joined our local tennis club again. Came back to my roots, and I got offered to play in my first team match back, and I thought it was going to be rained off. Enjoying myself too much the night before. In my first game back, I was hungover. But what did the big man do? 3 sets, baby. So it's all good.
The gents 12s were buzzing.
I don't know if I've had one before. I think I'm just too motivated to
But
win.
did you not lose the G&D final one time?
Yeah, I had one where I had a few drinks before. I mean, it always rains on finals day. Everywhere you go, doesn't it? Had a few drinks before, thinking no chance. Woke up and got scudded the next day.
Mr. Sensible must have never done anything.
There's no way
He turns up to the drinking tournament sober.
Excuse me. I won that last year.
We had an asterisk
And I was
beside you.
not sober.
Okay.
I don't know actually. I can't really remember off the top of my head. I've done it at the golf a couple of times, expecting it to be raining.
Come on.
I know,
Easy,
golf-
easy,
I can
easy,
play
golf.
easy.
You can walk it off.
Blindfolded,
I've seen
I know.
I mean, I've seen pals and stuff spewing and stuff in the course, but I've never done that myself.
I'll tell you what though, I'm a much better player drunk than sober.
That's true.
Is your name on the trophy?
It is on the trophy. It's in
Yeah.
the drunk trophy, and I think we might be head to head. I might have a better record than you, Callum.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe drunk. So yeah, honestly, if I'm
Everyone thinks
pissed,
you
I'm
drunk.
much better.
Give you a down at the Davis Cup.
So the Davis Cup started this week, boys.
Yep.
Way!
Yeah, I know. And the World Cup, obviously for football, or soccer if you're American, but we're calling it football because we're not wrong. So yeah, the World Cup started at the same time, and it just got me thinking a little bit. Do you think the Davis Cup being every year kind of undervalue, takes any credit away for winning it, or do you think it's still like one of the greatest things you can win in a game?
I personally love the Davis Cup. It is a great tournament. It's country v country, gets fans more on board. It's that team atmosphere. It's like us at Fort Matilda. It brings all the boys together and girls in the Billie Jean King Cup. But it is devalued by playing every year.
Yeah, 100%. 100% is. You think World Cups every 4 years, Euros every 4 years. You get Davis Cup on. If you're a player, if I miss it this year, I've got another chance next year. I've got another chance next year. So you're going to have a load of the top players bowing out of some of the run-up matches to it. Obviously, they'll play the finals if they get there because it's at the end of the year. But I think if you make it at least every 2 years, then it's going to build up its rep a bit more outside of tennis because you get your actual countries supporting because it'll bring them together a bit more. If it's every year, I think it gets lost in the shuffle a little bit.
I'll play devil's advocate here. But if tennis lost the Davis Cup, and not lost it, but it was every 4 years, would it ever really be as big as... Well, it's never going to be big as the Football World Cup, but would it even be as big as it is now, or would people, do you think, would they forget about it? Do you know how you can name probably the last 10 winners of the World Cup in football?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could in tennis if it is every 4 years.
I'm going to quote Step Brothers here and be prestige worldwide, because it would be. Like, if it's every 4 years, and say a team... They qualify for like every team qualifies. Can you imagine a team of 32 that doesn't usually play in the top levels of the Davis Cup? Yeah. Not on TV, they're always in the bottom half. Imagine them getting a group with USA, for example. And then imagine that's all in one country. Imagine here it was here in Scotland. Let's be
British
selfish
bias.
here. British bias, of course. Imagine that a location in Glasgow, one in Edinburgh, one in, say, Dundee, and one in Perth. We all had these different places. Fans could travel, all those different things, get a full group stage and all that. Imagine actually you use the World Cup format. You'd be buzzing for it. And I think players would take it more seriously. 100%.
For the World Cup finals, definitely, but see the run-up for qualifying, you need that home and away back.
Oh, yeah.
That get taken away a bit more, doesn't it, from this new Davis Cup?
I agree with you, Ross. I think the Davis Cup, I like the format they've got just now, in that it's either a city for qualifying the main group qualifiers for the final 16, and then the 16's in a city. But as a fan, there's something just missing about that home and away. You know, like, see when you've got, it's a full weekend. I remember being at Britain versus Argentina. I was at Britain versus Australia as well. It's just like, everyone there supporting like the Brits, for obviously us for being there. And now that's gone, so Britain can be playing Netherlands at 2:30 on a Wednesday in, I don't know, Malaga.
Aye.
And like, us tennis fans might be going, I'll tune into that. Or we might go, but the general public, no interest. And just kind of tennis are lacking at that kind of thing. I mean, we were watching the World Cup, Argentina were playing, and the camera pans to Diego Schwartzman, and the commentators are just being like, look at the fans and like how sad they are, like, losing to Saudi Arabia. And I'm sitting at the TV going, it's fucking Diego Schwartzman.
Yeah. Davis Cup champion.
Yeah, ex-Davis Cup champion. And nobody even knows who he is. Even on Twitter and stuff, nobody knows who he is.
That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I mean, one of my earlier memories of tennis was when Great Britain, I think it went to Ecuador, and they played in a terrible little stadium, and they got hammered against Ecuador, and it was absolutely class because the crowd were going absolutely mental. And I think that's that home and away legs that you get in the qualifying makes it that much more of a tastier prospect.
I think they should open it up a little bit as well. Tennis, I'd love to see like the finals being held not in Spain, because obviously Piqué owns it and he's just going to put it in Spain every year, isn't he? Yeah. So like stick it in like South American countries. You're wild, man. The best thing you could do for tennis is put it in a place where fans are wild.
Can I just make a point here? Can it not go to Fort Worth?
Oh, yeah. Texans, man.
I mean, even Glasgow wasn't great. I mean, we've seen some of the atmosphere in there. It's like, that's a fantastic shot, and you're like, shut the Come just celebrate, man. So I'd stick it to one of the South Americans.
South American or Eastern Europe. Imagine it going up in Belgrade. That would be mental.
I mean, imagine like
Djokovic versus Nadal or
a Djokovic
something.
home crowd against like the USA. Imagine the scenes in that.
Yeah.
That would be electric.
You'd have Jack Sock and TFO just absolutely winding them up.
Oh,
all kicking off, flares.
Imagine that though, like but I've got to admit, imagine say it was a weekend, home and away. I imagine the first leg of the match was a Friday night at 7:00 start, and it was after work.
Imagine
get a few beers in.
you had to fail a breathalyser to get in.
It's something like that. Yeah.
See, everyone had to be steaming. Like no under 18s allowed in. You're just getting drunk.
I think, and I kind of bit my tongue here because everything you've said there sounds brilliant. I think the Davis Cup takes too long. Like a weekend, it's too long. You could lose interest in it, and you get ties that don't matter. I think if we're going to do it every 4 years, obviously then you've got to speed up the qualifying stage. It should be 3 ties on one day. We're watching the World Cup just now. There's 4 matches a day, and I know tennis goes on for longer than 90 minutes. I know that, but that's just the way of it. You play a singles, a doubles, and then a deciding rubber if you need it, and that's your team through on the Friday. Then Saturday, then next 2 are going Saturday, Sunday, and if you've got like we said in Scotland, you get 4 different venues. You could have loads of teams playing, so it speeds it up, and you could do it over a whole weekend.
That's why I actually
a bit more intense.
Yeah, that's why you do it over every 4 years, because that you can build up time for qualifying and all that.
Yeah.
And you see some of the footballers that are injured and it happens, you miss out on it. That's going to happen to a tennis player.
Yeah.
Tough shit,
Yeah.
I genuinely think the players would actually take to it better. You look at the Olympics, they absolutely
They love it.
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Like they all want to win it.
And that United Cup could be in the 2-year gap. See how the World Cup and Euros does it. So we've not got a 4-year vacuum of no international big
But you
stage
could technically
tennis.
have qualifying.
Yeah, I know, but you also want a big tournament between that. So if it's every 2 years, you got a big international tournament every 2 years. It's good.
But then
Yeah.
that's where that world.
I think two's
That's where that World League fits in.
plug the gap with the World League.
'Cause that's how-
Yeah.
Because there's never more than a 2-year wait for a major like international football competition. You've got the Euros and the World Cup or Copa America and all that. So
Well, we'll see.
We'll put a business plan together for them. You know what I mean?
I meant to reply to an email from just from tennis. just tennis email.
Tennis.com.
And we're going to finish the podcast off with some predictions as usual. But first of all, we need to say well done, Ross Skinner, for picking.
Oh, boo me, please. Boo me.
Yeah, he's top of the leaderboard, but I mean, like, we gave him first choice. He picked Djokovic.
First
I
choice?
mean, yeah, well, no one else knows that, so I can say it. We gave you first choice. You picked Djokovic. Well done. Davis Cup predictions.
Are you going to let the champ go first?
You go first. On you go.
Right, I'm going to go back to my fortress. You know, it's had a little bit of crumbling at the foundations a wee bit because he's been unwell.
People started cancelling stays.
Yeah, but this is how he's going to end the season fantastically and going into next year. Felix, Canada, they're going to win the Davis Cup.
Superb. Pricey.
I had this nailed in, but I've now just looked at the team they've nominated. I'm going with Italy. I'm going to stick with them. I like the Italians, the Itais. But I've just seen that their main man is Massetti, who I absolutely nailed last week. But no, Massetti, this is your chance to turn it round, and I trust that the age of Fognini will get them through the time.
I'm going to take Croatia because it looks like I'll be there watching them.
Oh, I know, rub it in.
I know. Can't hide money. But I'll be there. Australia looks like versing Croatia if Marin Cilic finishes the job. And I think that they'll win that and they'll win the final.
That'll be a good watch, by the way. Mr. Cilic is...
I'll be sticking Loosely Strung Tennis podcast stickers all over the stadium, so if you're there and you see them...
Hey, you're Mr. Worldwide now.
I know.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just going to go back to this can't hide money, but the guy's not back around in the 8 years I've known him.
Gary, prediction.
I'm going to nail on with the Stars and Stripes. I'm picking the USA.
Oh.
I know.
Good pick. I think they look good. I think
Strong
they
in
look
the singles, strong in the doubles.
Yeah, I think I agree. And Ross B, final one.
I'm with the sensible one.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm USA as well.
What? Are they prediction buddies?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, that's pathetic from the two of you.
The prediction pricks?
Yeah.
Wow, we're going to be right, so fucking take it, mate.
We will see. That brings us to the end of the podcast for this week. If you're listening, do not forget to let us know your predictions for next week and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok and whatever other social media platform you can find, and that is at Loosely Strung TP. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for coming.